The sky sagged low over the vale of shadowed passing, a land caught between breath and silence. Gloom pooled in every hollow, and the pale mist clung to the ground like a shroud, refusing to rise. The remnants of merchant caravans, broken wagons, scattered crates, dismembered beasts of burden, lay strewn across the road. Fresh gore soaked into the trampled earth, and the air was thick with the tang of death. Limbs hung from shattered yokes, fires smoldered in the wheel ruts. The scavengers had not yet come. And still, something worse lingered. This was no mere raid. The violence was deliberate, ritualistic. It pointed to a purpose greater than slaughter or spoils. At the valley's heart, a scar on the ground pulsed faintly, though no one could say why. The light dimmed near it, sound warped strangely around it. Wards, long faded and half swallowed by the surroundings, occasionally flared with brief, cold light, then vanished again. No structure marked the vault of mourning, but it was there, waiting. A skull altar of Khorne stood among the burning wagons, its brooding presence dominating the surroundings. A single figure stood at its peak, his scarred face turned towards the far horizon. His robes of flayed skin twitched in the wind, stitched together from the hides of high elf scholars and human seers, each stripped ink with names long erased from mortal memory. His knowledge of the vault had not been granted by fate, nor whispered by allies in the quiet of night. He had wrenched it from the lips of those dying scholars, one by one, across the shattered remnants of forgotten libraries and plague-ridden keeps. But the time for quiet inquiry was over. He had found the vault, and now it had to be opened. The time was nearly at hand. He could hear the distant rumble of great beasts and the bellowing of savage voices. The wind had carried the scent of the butchered merchants far across the plains. But these lands were not deserted. Bargrat's small blizzard, a roving column of thunder tusks and stoneholds, had been migrating along well-trodden tracks just beyond the horizon. The smell of fresh carrion had drawn them closer, mouths watering at the thought of a feast that waited for them. He welcomed the oncoming beasts. Their butchery would serve as the herald of Khorne's favor, their arrival an omen that the blood god watched. He sensed them now, closer. The ground itself seemed to shudder under their advance, as if the earth anticipated violence. It was not fear that stirred within him, but anticipation. This was the crucible in which his right would be tested. Skylar breathed deeply, bringing the words of the prayers he knew so well to mind. He drew a long dagger across his chest, and as the blood began to flow, he began to chant. The skies boiled red, and the scent of gore rose to fill his nostrils. The ritual was not yet complete. Beyond the veil of this world, something stirred, immense wings flaxing, molten eyes blinking open in the void. Bloodthirsters and other lesser demons snarled and clawed at the thinning barrier. Skylar's incantation was the spark, but slaughter was the flame. The vault's ancient walls, inscribed by forgotten gods, demanded sacrifice, great sacrifice. Not just blood, but battle, carnage, the death of warriors mighty enough to shake the ground. The coming Ogors would serve. They had not been lured here by accident. Skylar had fed the winds with death for a reason. Their butchery would be his key.
Bloodthirster of insensate rage, prized beast. Huskard on Stonehorn, prized beast. Slaughtermaster, feed the maw. Slaughtermaster casts pendulum. Huskard prays for call of the blizzard. Huskard prays for call of the blizzard. Huskard prays for call of the blizzard. Frostlord prays for call of the blizzard. Magical intervention. Slaughter Priest fails to pray for unholy flames. Ogor Mawtribes score 8 victory points. Huskard activates Place of Power. Slaughter Priest ascends the altar. Slaughter Priest conducts a blood sacrifice, taking 3 damage. Slaughter Priest rally, healing all wounds. Slaughter Priest prays for unholy flames on the Bloodthirster of unfettered fury. Huskard. Magical intervention prays for keening gale. Pendulum moves and deals 4 damage to the Bloodthirster of unfettered fury. Huskard on Thunder Tusk redeploys. Wrath of Khorne, Bloodthirster deals 2 damage to the Pendulum. Bloodthirster of unfettered fury finishes off the Pendulum. Bloodthirster of unfettered fury beckons the hunt on the Bloodthirster of insensate rage. Bloodthirster of insensate rage, forward to victory. Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage, shattering charge dealing 2 damage to the Frost Sabers. Houseguard on Thundertusk, countercharge. Houseguard on Thundertusk, trampling charge deals 2 damage to the Bloodthirster. Wrath of Khorne, Bloodthirster, commander of tyrants. Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage finishes off the Houseguard on Thundertusk. Frost Sabers deal 2 damage to the Fleshhounds. Fleshhounds deal 3 damage to the Frost Sabers. Frost Sabers deal 1 damage to the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage powers through and deals 2 damage to the Frost Sabers. Blades of Khorne score 8 victory points. Slaughter Priest conducts a blood sacrifice, taking 2 damage. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury rallies and heals all wounds. Slaughter Priest summons Hexgorger skulls. Moppet deals 2 damage to the Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury. Magical Intervention. Frostlord prays for a Call of the Blizzard. Frost Sabers rally 1 model. Stonehorn Beast Riders redeploy. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster finishes off the Frost Sabers. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury beckons the hunt on the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury, forward to victory. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, commander of tyrants. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury, ensnaring lash on the Houseguard on Stonehorn. Houseguard on Stonehorn fails Everwinter's goad. Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage deals 2 damage to the Slaughtermaster, 13 on the Stonehorn, Beast Riders and 4 to the Houseguard. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury, all-out defense. Stonehorn Beastriders deal 2 damage to the Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury. Huskard on Stonehorn, all-out defense. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury deals 8 damage to the Huskard and slays the Stonehorn Beastriders. Frost Saber deals 1 damage to the Fleshhounds. Fleshhounds slay the Frost Saber. Huskard on Stonehorn deals 2 damage to the Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury powers through dealing no damage to the Huskard. Blades of Khorne score 4 victory points. Huskard on Stonehorn activates Place of Power. Huskard on Stonehorn fails to pray for Keening Gale. Huskard on Stonehorn fails to pray for Call of the Blizzard. Frostlord prays for the Call of the Blizzard. Slaughtermaster miscasts, taking 2 damage. Mawpit deals 2 damage to the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. Gorger Mawpack Deep Strike. Fleshhound's Murderlust. Huskard on Stonehorn. Shattering Charge deals 4 damage to the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. Huskard on Stonehorn Everwinter's Goad. Huskard on Stonehorn slays the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. Fleshhounds deal 4 damage to the Frostlord. Frostlord slays the Fleshhounds. Gar's Feast on Flesh Healing, 2 wounds on the Frostlord. Ogor Mawtribes score 8 victory points. Slaughter Priest conducts a blood sacrifice, taking 2 damage. Slaughter Priest fails to pray for unholy flames on the Demon Prince. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury rallies and heals 1 wound. Mawpit deals 3 damage to the Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury. Magical Intervention. Slaughtermaster fails to cast Greasy Deluge. Huskard on Stonehorn redeploys. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury beckons the hunt on the Demon Prince. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury, forward to victory. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury, ensnaring lash on the Huskard on Stonehorn. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, commander of tyrants. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster enacts the vengeance of Khorne and slays the Huskard. Demon Prince strikes first. Demon Prince destroys the Maw Pit and the Slaughtermaster takes 3 damage. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury all-out attack. Huskard on Stonehorn all-out defense. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury slays the Huskard on Stonehorn. Blades of Khorne score 10 victory points. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury activates Place of Power. Slaughtermaster casts Quicksilver Swords. Frostlord prays for the Call of the Blizzard. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster redeploys. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, Murderlust. Frostlord, Shattering Charge deals 2 damage to the Hexgorger skulls. Frostlord, Earth-Shattering Charge deals 1 damage to the Hexgorger skulls. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster, commander of tyrants. Gorger Morpak all-out attack. Gorger Morpak deal 11 damage to the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury slays the Quicksilver Swords. Frostlord slays the Hexgorger skulls. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster deals 12 damage to the Gorger Moorpack. Ogor Mawtribes score 10 victory points. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury activates Place of Power. Slaughter Priest prays for unholy flames. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury rallies and heals 3 wounds. Magical Intervention. Slaughtermaster casts Chronomantic Cogs. Khorne's Slaughter Triumphant brings back the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. Slaughter Priest descends the altar. Frostlord redeploys. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster deals 6 damage to the Gorger Moorpack. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury deals 2 damage to the Gorger Moorpack. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury beckons the hunt on the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage forward to victory. Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster slays the Gorger Moorpack. Slaughtermaster deals no damage to the Demon Prince. Slaughtermaster, all-out defense, and Demon Prince, all-out attack. Demon Prince slays the Slaughtermaster. Blades of Khorne score 8 victory points. Frostlord prays for a pulverizing hailstorm dealing 3 damage to the Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage. Magical Intervention. Slaughter Priest fails to summon Hexgorger Skulls. Bloodthirster of Unfettered Fury Murderlust. Frostlord, Earth-Shattering Charge slays the Slaughter Priest. Ogor Mawtribes score 4 victory points. Ogor Mawtribes score 4 victory points. Blades of Khorne scores 10 victory points. Aftermath. Under a scorching sky, the bloodthirster trio deployed conservatively. Under the cunning command of the Wrath of Khorne bloodthirster, they forced the Ogors to take initiative. The gargantuan ice beasts were cautious, staying back during the first turn, but having to risk a seize the center tactic that exposed one of the monsters, even though one could argue, the weakest one. Khorne took the bait and plunged in. An unexpected move by the pendulum and a rapid tactical repositioning by the Thunder Tusk almost ruined the day, but the insensate rage reached the target. In retrospective, perhaps sacrificing the saber tusks by tagging the unfettered fury would have been smarter, denying power through, but that mattered not as Khorne won the double turn. The momentum of their advance launched the anti-hero monster and his insensate brother forward. The turn ended with one more Stonehorn down, another badly wounded, and a Slaughtermaster in trouble. The Ogors quickly tried to respond. Khorne could have used the blood tithes to call for a meteorite to finish off the wounded Stonehorn, but chose to play it slow. That ended up costing the bloodthirster of Insensate Rage's life. A risky move, if not for Khorne winning initiative again. This time, 2 Stonehorns and the Morpit fell, leaving the Frostlord alone with the Gorger Moorpack and a dying Slaughtermaster. In the end, both sides were playing heavily on all or nothing, and Khorne ended up on top.